Yo, what's up, guys? We got no intro today because we are in a bit of a time crunch. So we're gonna have a look at what we got right off the bat. See how everybody's doing real quick, guys, into the chat. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Help that channel grow. Big Kev, what's up, buddy? Rob Father, hey, Crypto Fam, alt season finally coming. David's in the house. What's up, broski? Good to see you, man. Ollie G, what's up, man? Hey, Rob, few things. Loads of liquidity at 64.8, which is good. The big money may arrive tomorrow if Japan don't mention rate hikes. Lastly, anything on the innovation zone? Nothing yet. I just did a video yesterday, I think, on the innovation zone. So check that out. My thoughts on it, what I think is going to happen. Funky, what's up, man? DJN and Boom. Book of Memes are both smoking today for me. Nice. Nice. Crypto Trucker, what's up, buddy? Gotta love it. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, bro. All right, so look at this, guys. We were well above 2 cents one, and we wicked all the way back down. People took some profits, obviously. We're back at resistance at 2 cents one again. We're going to close this candle in about 5 hours and 10 minutes. So we'll have to play it out and see what happens. Actually, 3 hours and 10 minutes, sorry. But if we can get back above it and close, very bullish, right? If not, I mean, not that bad. I mean, it is what it is, right? I said back here we were likely going to have to test this level a couple of times before moving to the upside. Just like down here, I told you guys we were going to have to retest 1 cent 9 at least a couple of times as support, and we did 3 times, 3 days in a row, and then we finally broke above, right? So not too bad. But we got to get back up over and close the daily above 2 cents one. That's what we want to see right now. Ali G, thanks, Rob. Nice to see Swift, XCN, and JASMY pumping a bit. Yes, just you wait, man. Just you wait. You ain't seen nothing yet, my friend. Let's go over to the Bitcoin chart as well, guys. Before we get into this stuff, everyone's asking me, so what's going to happen here, guys? Like, guys, listen, we could still see a pullback, right? Right now, what is most important, the smart play right now that I think people should be doing is standing pat, right? If you want a dollar cost average, don't ape in, right? Maybe like we were talking over on the Patreon, we just finished up a group video call, and I was saying, like, you know, if you've got $1,000 that you wanna put into the market, maybe it would be wise to just do like $100 every other day for now, because you got to be safe with this, right? We could very well see a pullback all the way down to, like I said, somewhere maybe $58,000. We could come back down and retest. Now, it's going to be hard for us to fall back below 60, but right now there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. And when there is uncertainty in the market, manipulation likes to come in and trick people, right? The market manipulators, they like to do that. When people think it's, you know, we're finally going, guess what? You start seeing a whole bunch of longs put in. What are the manipulators going to do, right? When there's uncertainty, they're going to liquidate. Sorry about that. They're going to liquidate, right? Same thing. If we start to see a lot of shorts, what's going to happen? They're going to pump the market to liquidate those shorts, right? So there's uncertainty. So I would say the best thing to do is play it safe right now, okay? Dollar cost average, maybe if you want to, a little bit at a time. That's what I'm doing, right? Because we could see a pullback. It's not guaranteed, but it's possible. We need to see how this weekly candle closes above 64K. If we can close above on the daily, if we can close above the 200-day SMA, that would be very, very bullish. And then on the weekly here, we need to close above the 30-day SMA right here. See how it's resistance here, right at that 64K level, guys, right? So we got to get above there, close above there. But look at how bullish we are on the weekly, though. This descending channel is going to explode to the upside sometime soon. So, Dumb Money, what's up? Finally caught alive. Hello, Blair. How you doing? Marvin's in the house. Sean, thoughts on SEI? Very bullish on SEI network. Absolutely bullish on SEI. Can you get SEI over on? Yeah. Very bullish. We called SEI on this channel. We called this project back when it was 2 cents when it first launched. It was like 2 cents we got into this. So very, very bullish. We've been in this, hang on. We've been in this descending kind of pattern here for quite some time. We broke to the downside. Look at this. Right? Look at this. We have this, look how tight it is. Look how, that's what she said. Look how tight it is, guys. We are due for a breakout. Pretty much, guys, pretty much every single altcoin right now is in some sort of bullish setup for the most part. There are some outliers, but at the end of the day, there's so many that are just ready to run. If we don't go by the wicks, we're a little bit tighter, but like look how tight that is. We're just on the brink of breaking out of here on SEI. Same thing over on XCN. Look at this. Look at XCN's chart. Same thing, guys. We're just trying to break out here. We have the inverse head and shoulders going. We have this descending channel, and we're just testing the trend line here. If we can break out of it, a lot of altcoins are looking very, very bullish right now. But we could see a dump to the downside. So don't make no mistake about it, guys. Be ready for both scenarios, right? The Japanese carry trade wrecked stocks for $4 trillion. Then they raised interest rates. Next decision and meeting in a few hours. Hopefully it settles the nerves. Yes, absolutely. DGen listed on market cap, but trading view doesn't show. Huh. Chance to look at it. I don't have a whole bunch of time today, Funky, to look at a bunch of alts. I can do that maybe tomorrow. But I got a couple of videos we got to get through, and I got to get to work. So I can't do too many requests right now. Studio Tech, good evening. Nice to have you, brother. Look into VSG, very good project. I've heard about it, but I will look into it. Appreciate the SEI overview, sir. Hey, no problem, no problem. Boomer's in the house. What's up, buddy? Rob, I'm keeping an eye on Turbo to pull a little profit. Yes, that's a good idea. How much longer do you think it will continue to pump? I mean, it depends. There's a lot of factors. We could see a pullback in the next couple of days. We could see all of these breakouts take place, right? What I can tell you is that no one ever went broke taking profits, especially on meme coins, right? Jovan, what's up, man? Hey, Uncle Rob, hey, family, let's get it, baby. Bro, take a look at Hoppy when you get a chance. Let's go. I don't have the time today, my friend, but I will have a look at it. I will be doing requests tomorrow, so I'm just in a bit of a time crunch today. My Coinbase account is listing it as base now. Nothing is listing it. That's weird. That is weird, man. All right, I got to get into a couple of the storylines, guys. I wanted to play this real quick. Here's Hara. Hara was speaking at an event that they were hosting at Singapore 2049, I believe it was. Token 2049. Jangshan was hosting an event out there, so listen up to Hara.
So do you know some Japanese culture? So there are great IP and great regulation, very clear regulation. But still there are, do you understand something good cryptocurrency in Japan?
Yeah.
Right? It's not yet. So it's something new from the ground, especially for protocols. We should create it. Then there's also today's party is hearing so something very attractive. So developing company people and also marketing company complete method. And also I have worked at KPMG as an auditor.
Yeah.
So actually for TPMG. Yeah, so that's right. Actually it's really great opportunity to come here and to meet in person around there. So thank you so much for coming here. Also quick introduction at the junction.
Jackson.
It's also something new from the problem in AI industry. There are still shortage in the GPUs. And also newly we create some concept of mechanism, proof of resources GPU. It's really confident, right? So now actually we are looking for something new partners, like a crypto miner, or especially for computing, like a partner. Especially what we are focused on gaming devices, like a PlayStation. Because our background is Sony Corporation.
If you're not making out what he's saying, he's talking. First, he was talking about the AI industry and the shortage of GPUs and how Junction is going to solve that. And now he's talking about access to gaming platforms, and he just mentioned PlayStation.
JASMY Adderess, Sony's president, right? He is 80 years old. He never appeared. Yeah. Sony tried to connect the PlayStation 3 network for analyzing them in 2008, but it failed. There are no.
He just said that they're working on connecting the PlayStation 3 GPUs. So he's still pushing it. He's still pushing the PlayStation and Sony connection, guys, utilizing the GPUs and the PlayStation 3s. This is freaking, wait till this announcement comes out, guys. Wait till this announcement officially comes out. It's going to be huge. Studio Tech, when you have a chance, please look into. I don't have a chance to look at alts right now, brother. Tomorrow, I promise I will do an altcoin live stream, and we'll just look at alts. Triple J, what's up, man? Nacho, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. All right, we got a couple more things to get through here, guys. We got another video. We got a couple of videos. That's why we got to kind of push it along. All right, so we're talking about the rate cuts here, 50 basis points. He says this is fantastic news. People keep asking me, is it bullish or bearish? Okay, so let's see what they have to say here about the 50 basis points cut.
And Professor Siegel, this is what you thought the Fed should do, not necessarily what you thought they would do. What's your reaction this morning?
This was the best news I've heard from the Fed in years. And by the way, let me guarantee you an all-time high for the stock market today. There's not going to be a back and forth the way there is yesterday. And the word recalibration is extremely significant. I think what they did is they said, listen, we're 100% towards our target unemployment. We've got that back to normal. We're 80 to 100%, depending on what data you use on inflation. And we haven't moved at all until yesterday on the Fed funds. We say, the neutral Fed funds is 2.9%. And, why aren't we closer? We're now thinking about that gap, which is exactly what I talked about a month ago. Not these baby steps. Think about the gap. And now it is remarkable. In the June meeting, they thought there was going to be one cut by year end. Now the September meeting, and by the way, the data hasn't been all that much different. Now 4 cuts, 2 that we had yesterday, 1 at each of the other meetings. And by the way, I've been looking at the market, figuring in what I see, and they expect 1 cut at every meeting over the next, 6 meetings that we're going to have through June of next year. That will bring the Fed funds rate down 200 basis points to 3.33%, which is where I think it should be. So, this is fantastic news for the market and great news for the economy.
Jeremy, I can't help but think of what our first guest this morning, Roger Ferguson, had to say. He's the former vice chair at the Fed. He wanted 25 basis points, but he said you could make the case for either 25 or 50. His point, as somebody who's been in that room for a long time, is, maybe the market's getting ahead of itself. It got this 50 basis points, and now it thinks that that's the norm, and that these cuts are going to come fast and continuously, and that may not be the case. You said that the market welcomed a big cut and it wants more. What if the market is just getting ahead of itself and those big cuts aren't to come, that this was, okay, we're going to front end load it, and then we're going to go slowly? Would that be a huge disappointment?
No, because as I mentioned, if I'm looking at the futures market, and by the way, I think right now the Fed dot plot is in almost complete sync once you make that risk premium correction with 25 basis points, not 50. Clearly, if the data gets really bad over the next few months, we will get some 50s. But right now, they will be happy 25 at the November, 25 at December, and then in each of the first 4 meetings of next year, you do another 25 at each of those. That's all you need to get 200 basis points. That brings you down to 3.3%. which is pretty much where I think, the Fed says 2.9 is their long run. I think it's a little higher. I think it's closer to about, probably 3.5. So, they don't need 50. They say 20 at this point with
what
these
if
new
inflation
commitments.
picks up? Because we're not at 2%. If inflation shows any signs of picking up and the Fed says, hold off, we're not going to do anything else anymore.
That's correct. But I don't see any sign of inflation picking up. I mean, I took a look at the markets, the oil markets, all those markets going ahead. This Jeff Gunlock was on right afterwards. He said his model actually shows a year-over-year inflation next year when those new shelter numbers come in, it's going to fall below 2%. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case, but that certainly is not a situation where we're off to the races again. The commodity markets, those sensitive markets, they tell you when you're off to the races. They told me in 2020, 2021, it's a totally different picture today.
So he sees six cuts between now and June, guys, of 25 basis points. That would be huge. That would continue to have the market work its way up just as the cycle is supposed to be, right on schedule. That would help with that, right? Not to mention the fact that they're likely turning the money printer back on as well, guys. So this is big, guys. William, what's up, buddy? Funky, does this bring us a shorter bull run this time? No, it doesn't. We're right on schedule. Lily, what's up? Made it. Awesome, guys. I put the link to the Patreon in the chat. We just finished a group video call over there, guys. If you're not over there getting into our group calls and stuff, you're missing out. I'm telling you, get your butts over there. We're starting our crypto giveaways also next week, so you're going to want to be there for that, guys. Check it out. Bitcoin's upcoming surge sparks hope among investors. Crypto analyst and trader Rect Capital predicts the Bitcoin may enter a bullish trend in the upcoming weeks and months. According to the analyst, Bitcoin has been in a consolidation phase for the past few months and is on the brink of a parabolic rise. In a statement to his followers on YouTube, Rect Capital noted that Bitcoin's parabolic phase has consistently lasted for a predictable period on each cycle. Rect Capital stated that Bitcoin's current price is approximately $59.9, but it's actually significantly higher than that now. We're at like 63.5 or something, which is a 19% below its all-time high of 73.8. Citing historical examples, the analyst suggests that Bitcoin could reach a new all-time high in the coming days. The Bitcoin block rewards halving is a significant milestone concerning its peak journey and the 4-year cycle. Many analysts consider the halving a turning point in the cycle when examining historical data. Rect Capital argues that the anticipated journey towards new peaks is about to commence after the block reward halving that occurred months ago. The analyst reminds us that the Bitcoin halving event took place approximately 151 days ago on April 20th, suggesting that the time for a significant price movement has arrived. In summary, the historical cycle of Bitcoin and its price movements post-halving are closely monitored by investors and analysts. According to Rect Capital's analysis, there may be a significant upward potential for Bitcoin in the coming months. However, given the volatile nature of the cryptocurrency markets, it is crucial for investors to remain cautious and closely observe market dynamics. And what I was saying, guys, is that everyone is anticipating continuation to the upside here, okay? And that is entirely possible. However, we may see a little bit of manipulation where if we get enough longs in the market for leverage trading, we could see those people get short squeezed out and get a quick squeeze back down to 57 to 60K. It's entirely possible. If it happens, don't poop your panties. Just DCA and hold on tight. Obviously not financial advice. Diamond Balls in the house. Money printer go burr. Absolutely. Rosa. Hey, Rob and Jasmy family. Good to see you, Rosa. Good to see you. What else do we got? Another example here of what we're about to walk into, guys. Check this out. Historically underperforms in September for Bitcoin, but it's up over 8% so far this month. So Bitcoin is up 8% on a month. It's historically red. Okay. So what does that mean for October, November, December? The average, if you average all of the Octobers, Novembers, and Decembers over the crypto cycles, October, Bitcoin is up 29.5% on average. November, it's up 37.9% on average and 12.3% in December. But if we're already overperforming in September, a month that we're generally down, does this mean we may be higher than that average for this cycle? The potential is certainly there, guys. Nick, what's up, big dog? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. All right. This is funny. This is from yesterday. I live streamed this, guys. It was the SEC Oversight Committee. Check out Davidson tearing some strips, baby.
Mr. Reiners, I hope no one's listening to you about this market, especially as a student trying to understand the space. It's over $1 trillion just for Bitcoin. The market's over $2 trillion. Clearly, lots of consumers find value in this space. And frankly, the idea that you could point out that there's only one time that the SEC was even partially wrong has to be willful ignorance. I mean, I don't know how it could be anything other than deceit. It's hard for me to understand, because on August 29th, 2023, the Circuit Court upheld the position that the SEC violated the Administrative Procedures Act when it denied Grayscale's application to convert Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a Bitcoin ETP. Following that decision, the SEC waited until January of 2024 to actually approve the conversion, and they basically was a pure rebuke of the actions. If you look at DebtBox, another pure rebuke. Lawyers would normally get disbarred for the conduct of SEC in the DebtBox case. So there are lots of cases where they've been caught and told that they were wrong by the courts. And the market continues to reinforce that there really is value. Just looking at Bitcoin alone, people right now believe that it's a secure way to store value with a level of confidence of around $60,000. I mean, that's a new security product on the market that you could digitally secure a unit of value, and people believe in it enough to put almost $60,000 into one unit of measure in a Bitcoin. And they don't just want to store it there, they want to be able to transfer it in a permissionless peer-to-peer way. So if you read the Bitcoin white paper available at bitcoin.org, you could see the concept, even if you just read the abstract. It's not just meant to be parked there or speculated on. It's meant to be able to be moved in a permissionless way. And we don't know how much of that $1 trillion of market cap in Bitcoin is self-custody versus third-party custody. But the SEC, under Gary Gensler's leadership, has willfully undermined the ability for anyone to custody digital assets, not just Bitcoin, but the rest of the space as well. So they've decided that if they can't completely end the entire space, they want to push custody of it to some third party that they can control or manipulate. They certainly don't want individual American citizens to custody their own wealth and be able to move it amongst others. So
that is a massive red flag, guys, right there. You know your government does not have your best interests financially at heart when they don't want you to be able to hold your own money.
Mr. Fazaro, when you look at this space and the special purpose broker dealer path that we saw, people saying we'd love to try to custody digital assets for others, what kind of problems did you find with the current framework offered by Mr. Gensler?
A few of the challenges related to this framework are that relate specifically to Bitcoin and crypto exchange traded products that I can mention. One is that you, as an issuer, an offer of someone who wants to offer these products, the larger and well-established custody banks that typically participate in custody of assets in collective investment vehicles are effectively barred from participating in the space. They don't have a way to bring custody services to the market. That's one challenge. A second one that I'd like to mention is that in the ETF structure itself, or the ETP structure itself, Typically, the funds have a creation and redemption mechanism that works through what is known as an in-kind process, where the fund exchanges shares in exchange for the underlying asset itself. Because broker-dealers are not able to handle Bitcoin and crypto, we can't have that type of mechanism in the exchange-traded products.
Is that a consistent way that it's applied for ETP, ETF products? Are they treating this differently?
In overseas jurisdictions, we have in-kind transactions that occur in ETFs and ETPs, but it's consistently applied here in that we're not able to bring that type of structure to market, which is a thing that we think slightly increases costs for end users.
Yeah.
So they're lobbying, basically. What he's saying is he wants ETFs should be for all altcoins as well. It's a safer way for institutions and stuff to kind of be in, right? So let's see what Ash Crypto has to say here real quick. It says Pumptober, only 11 days away. CZ's coming out of jail on September 29th. Just a few days of chop, then mega pump season will start. Don't F this opportunity up. You can make life-changing money in the next 6 to 10 months and retire your family. 100% agree with that. And finally, we got another video out of the hearing, congressional hearing. Check this out, guys. More alpha.
Welcome to this important end to our digital assets work for this Congress in the 118th session of the Congress. I've been privileged to lead our digital assets subcommittee, which was established only last year, but has already made history legislatively with the Clarity for Payment Stablecoins legislation and our Fit for Purpose regulatory framework bill, FIT 21. Despite this legislative progress on a bipartisan basis, we've been troubled by the fact that the SEC, as chaired by Chairman Gensler, has instead chosen to front end the work of Congress and insert politics instead of being an independent regulator. He even took the unusual step of releasing his own statement opposing FIT 21 on the morning of the House vote, despite refusing to provide technical assistance as requested by the committee. And I might add, also in contrast to the Biden White House, which did not issue a veto statement on that bill. With over 70 Democrats voting yes on the bill just hours later, it's clear that Chairman Gensler is stuck on an island of his own making. The Commission has a statutory mandate to protect investors, maintain fair, orderly, and efficient markets, and facilitate capital formation. Instead of providing legal clarity so that those who want to follow the law can do so, the Gensler SEC approach has injected even more confusion and uncertainty into the markets and for market participants and consumers alike. How is this protecting the public? Whether it's through politicized enforcement actions or by refusing to share its analysis around the legal classification of digital assets, the SEC has created a lose-lose-lose situation for consumers, founders, investors, and everyone in between. On one hand, the agency has pursued enforcement cases against companies for activities that were not clearly defined as securities violations, leaving investors and businesses in a heightened state of uncertainty. On the other, the SEC's proposed rulemakings and guidance have often been overly broad and difficult and frequently impossible to implement for digital market participants. At best, these rules fail to provide any clarity on how to comply with the law while imposing significant compliance burdens on digital asset firms that don't make a lot of sense. In other words, not fit for purpose. At worst, they represent a de facto ban on the use of digital assets and blockchain technology in the United States. Nowhere has the SEC's prejudice against digital assets been more apparent than in the Staff Accounting Bulletin 121, which upends decades of legal precedent in the custody business and creates an impermeable hurdle for those financial institutions seeking to provide digital asset custody services for their clients, particularly banks and bank trust departments that have the authority, the talent, the compliance procedures to do just that. This kind of politicized, unworkable, and inconsistent approach by Chairman Gensler has made it challenging for business to operate in the United States and has driven many in the blockchain community not to write more letters of complaint to the SEC, but to buy plane tickets, make hotel reservations, and make lease decisions for Singapore, the United Kingdom, and the EU. One report estimates that the US has lost around 14% of blockchain developers since 2018. Even the SEC's approval of the exchange-traded product for Bitcoin and Ether earlier this year only happened because Chairman Gensler tried to overplay his hand, but could no longer explain to the courts while the SEC approved of Bitcoin's future ETF, but not propose spot Bitcoin products. While this was a positive development, it took countless hours of manpower, millions of dollars in legal fees, and a full SEC faceplant in the DC Court of Appeals to achieve. Important questions still remain about the precedent that sets for future commissions to follow. I'd like to close by reiterating that the pro-FIT21 and pro-regulatory framework views of the majority and many in the bipartisan does not mean we're against the SEC going against bad actors or modernizing existing rules to incorporate digital asset securities and other unique instruments. We're against SEC enforcement abuse and making it hard for legitimate actors who are trying to follow the rules to do a fine job and bring innovation and technology to our markets. I want to thank our witnesses for being with us today and look forward to your testimony. I now recognize the ranking member of the subcommittee.
All right, so yes, fighting against the abuse of power that Gensler has inflicted on the market. As we can see, we are starting to see a little bit of that pullback come into play here, guys. So I think this candle is going to close probably below the 2 cent one level, and then we're going to get a red candle that's probably going to come down somewhere, somewhere about halfway to 3/4 down this candle. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of what I see playing out here. I think we're going to reject off 2 cent one here, which is not bad at all, right? Liquidity, what's up, man? Good to see you. I don't know. I don't trust this pump. We'll probably see a dip. Yeah, that's what I'm saying right now. Like, we'll probably see a little bit of a pullback here, right, before we move. There's too much uncertainty in the market right now. They don't want You're absolutely right, Kev. You're absolutely right, brother. All right, guys, I got to head off to work. I will be doing a live stream from the office a little bit later this evening, so I hope to see you guys there. Get your butts over to the Patreon, guys. I'm telling you. We just did a group video call over there. We also do group video coaching sessions where we call you up, we video call you, we help you with all things crypto. I'm staggering over my words because I got to get to work. But we do crypto giveaways, technical analysis, training videos, swing trade, guys. Get over to the Patreon, join the community. It's absolutely pumping over there. It just has been exploding lately. So absolutely bullish, man. Get over there, join our community. The link's down below, and it's also in the chat. I'll see you guys later tonight for the live stream. Have a good one, guys.